The internet is buzzing with non-stop chatter after shocking rumors surfaced that Karrueche Tran and Deion Sanders secretly tied the knot and may even be expecting twins, a development that has sent social media into complete overdrive while also sparking heated reactions from Chris Brown, who many believe still hasn't fully let go of his past with Karrueche. According to the wave of speculation, the whispers about a quiet wedding began after fans spotted what looked like a wedding band on Karrueche's finger, fueling theories that she and Deion may have decided to keep their relationship milestones private until now, with some sources even suggesting that the couple wanted to build a family together following Deion's highly publicized health battles. Many fans remember the emotional video Deion shared during his cancer fight, where Karrueche was right by his side, breaking down in tears as she explained how terrifying the experience was, making it clear that this was never just his fight but theirs together, a bond that many believe may have pushed them closer to wanting marriage and children. Meanwhile, Chris Brown's reaction to these developments has become another storyline altogether, as he has a history of throwing shade at his exes and has reportedly been posting subliminal messages that fans are convinced are directed at Karrueche and Deion, with his frustration escalating now that the rumors point not only to marriage, but also to pregnancy with twins. For fans, this latest twist feels like the culmination of long-brewing tension, with Chris seen as unable to fully move on while Karrueche continues to live her life. And now the timing of all this could not be more dramatic, given the way social media is dissecting every post, comment, and piece of evidence. Some argue that Chris's behavior shows unresolved feelings, while others believe he simply doesn't like seeing his name tied to Karrueche's happiness. But either way, the internet has turned the situation into a full-blown spectacle. As the story spreads, fans are split between celebrating Karrueche's possible new chapter with Deion and critiquing Chris for not letting go. But one thing everyone can agree on is that this drama has become one of the most talked about celebrity topics of the moment. Whether or not the wedding and pregnancy rumors turn out to be true, the fact that they've gained so much traction highlights how invested people remain in the ongoing saga of Karrueche, Chris, and whoever she chooses to move forward with. And for now, all eyes are on her ring finger, her future plans, and the ripple effect this news is having across the entertainment world.
We're at the hospital because we are dealing with okay. We were dealing with bladder cancer. And he is having his bladder removed, and they will create a new bladder with one of his intestines. And this option was, I guess, the best because it fully removes the cancer to ensure that it doesn't come back, because it was close to his muscle. So yeah, we are here to fully remove the bladder.
Texting the boys. It's their first day of practice today, and I'm excited.
Karrueche Tran has been by Deion Sanders' side in ways that few expected, showing up at his doctor's appointments, checking in with his trainer, and stepping fully into the supportive partner role while he navigated some of the toughest chapters of his life, which is a heavy place for any relationship to start because most couples have time to ease in. But for them, things went from private dates to hospitals and surgery rooms overnight. And while it may not be the fairy tale beginning people imagine, it seems to have brought them closer, with rumors now swirling that the two not only tied the knot in secret but may also be expecting twins. Naturally, this news has divided public opinion, especially given Deion's complicated romantic history. He was married to Carolyn Chambers and shared 3 children with her before their split, then tied the knot with Pilar Bigger Sanders, with whom he had 2 more children before that marriage ended in a messy, highly publicized divorce and custody battle, and later he spent over a decade with Tracy Edmonds, eventually proposing only to call off the engagement in 2023. So when word spread that Karrueche was the new woman in his life, many fans raised eyebrows and questioned if she was walking into heartbreak, but others argued that if she's happy and moving forward, then it's her choice to embrace this chapter of her life, regardless of outside noise. Of course, not everyone has taken the news gracefully, with Chris Brown's reaction being the most explosive. Insiders and fans alike have noticed that he appears unsettled, with speculation that he believed he still had a chance to reconcile with Karrueche, only to realize that she has firmly moved on, leaving him visibly frustrated and posting subliminal comments that people think are directed at the couple. This reaction has fueled conversation because Chris and Karrueche's history is long, complicated, and often revisited by fans who remember when they first connected in 2011 while she was working in fashion and building her modeling career. Their relationship quickly went public, but by 2012 cracks were already showing when Chris rekindled things with Rihanna, leaving Karrueche caught in the middle of a love triangle and facing harsh backlash from Rihanna's loyal fanbase. While Chris eventually ended things with Karrueche by saying he cared for her but didn't want to hurt her because of his ongoing bond with Rihanna, the situation grew more complicated when he released a video confessing he had feelings for both women, which painted him as torn but left Karrueche publicly embarrassed. Over the years, the on and off cycle between Chris and Karrueche became messy, with many fans convinced that he never truly let go, and now that she has seemingly found stability with Deion, his reaction to the rumors of marriage and twins suggests that he may still be holding on to what once was. For Karrueche, however, the story looks very different. She's supporting her partner through life's challenges, embracing what appears to be a fresh start, and showing the world that she's focused on moving forward. Whether the marriage and pregnancy rumors prove true or not, one thing is certain. Her story continues to unfold in the spotlight, sparking endless debates about love, resilience, and the ways people carry their past while building their future.
Then you tend to fall in love with somebody else. It's kind of difficult. Is it such thing as loving 2 people?
Chris Brown's relationships over the years have been nothing short of a roller coaster, with drama, heartbreak, reconciliation, and controversy shaping every chapter, and perhaps no relationship highlighted this more than his long, toxic, and unforgettable history with Karrueche Tran. Their saga is one that fans followed closely, almost like a soap opera, with twists and turns that kept everyone on edge, and even now, years later, the story continues to echo through the entertainment world. To understand how messy it all became, let's go back to 2013, when things with Brianna had ended, and just like clockwork, Chris found himself gravitating back to Karrueche. The wildest part of it all? She took him back without hesitation. Within weeks of reconnecting, the two were back under the same roof, living together as if nothing had happened. But as history has shown time and time again, old patterns have a way of resurfacing, and Chris soon found himself in more trouble. He landed in rehab, trying to deal with his personal struggles, but rumors quickly spread that he had been involved with one of the staff members. That, combined with his ongoing issues, landed him back in prison, adding more cracks to an already fragile relationship. On top of that, whispers started making the rounds that Karrueche had finally reached her breaking point after catching him texting multiple women behind her back. Yet, despite the mounting evidence, for months the relationship fell into the same destructive loop. Karrueche would catch Chris sneaking around, they'd have explosive arguments, and Chris would run to social media to throw shade at her, only for them to somehow patch things up again. The cycle seemed endless, but eventually, the breaking point came in the most devastating way possible. Karrueche discovered that Chris had not only been unfaithful again, but had fathered a child with model Nia Guzman. And the most painful part? Karrueche didn't even hear it from him. She, like the rest of the world, found out about the baby online. Her reaction was explosive and heartbreaking. She fired off a tweet that captured the pain and betrayal, writing that one person can only take so much and wishing Chris and his new family the best while declaring she was officially single. It was clear that she had reached her limit. From there, Karrueche decided to focus on herself, pouring her energy into rebuilding her career, strengthening her independence, and slowly finding her peace again. She even started dating other people, signaling to the world that she was truly moving forward. But Chris wasn't ready to let go. Every time he saw her with another man, jealousy consumed him, and he made it known in ways that only stirred more drama. In 2015, he sat down for an interview where he claimed he was finally owning up to his mistakes and taking responsibility for his actions, trying to show a new side of himself. Karrueche, however, wasn't buying it. She started speaking openly in interviews about her past with Chris, and she wasn't sugarcoating her experiences. That set him off. He went online to vent, criticizing her for constantly bringing him up, claiming it was pointless and weak, saying she should just focus on her career instead of talking about him. But Karrueche wasn't about to let him rewrite the narrative. She clapped back hard, stating that as a mature adult, she had every right to talk about her life and her experiences. She reminded him that she wasn't bashing him, though she easily could, but simply speaking her truth. Then she delivered the knockout, exposing how he had forced himself into her car, broken her window, blown up her phone, and tried to win her back with gifts while refusing to change his ways. Her response was raw, honest, and powerful, making it clear that she was done playing the forgiving partner. Chris, faced with her brutal honesty, folded almost immediately. He admitted that he was still in love with her, saying he was eternally grateful for the time they shared and wishing her nothing but happiness, but even that admission couldn't mask the toxic pattern. Instead of letting go, Chris's behavior escalated. Reports emerged that he was stalking Karrueche, monitoring her, and even threatening her and her family. By 2017, Karrueche had enough. She went to court and requested a restraining order, testifying that Chris had gotten violent after demanding she return diamond rings he had given her. When she refused, he allegedly sent her threatening messages. In court documents, she accused him of threatening her safety, harassing her friends, and even making alarming statements that left people around her deeply concerned. She revealed that he had been physically violent toward her while they were together, saying he once punched her in the stomach and pushed her down the stairs, although she hadn't filed a police report at the time. What made it all the more shocking was that much of this was allegedly happening while Chris was still on probation for his infamous 2009 case involving Rihanna, for which he had pleaded guilty and completed over 1,000 hours of community service. By the time 2015 rolled around, Chris had finished his community service, but if fans expected him to finally break free from toxic cycles, they were in for disappointment. The patterns repeated, and once again, another woman was left scarred. Fans, critics, and even other celebrities began dragging him online, pointing out how he never seemed to learn. And when Karrueche's 5-year restraining order eventually expired, instead of moving on, Chris went right back to obsessing. He lurked on blogs that posted her pictures, liking and commenting as if trying to make sure she knew he was watching. When she shared glamorous new photos of herself, Chris made sure to leave his digital mark, letting the world know he was still hung up on her. If there was ever any doubt about his lingering obsession, it was erased during his feud with Quavo. Around the release of his album, Chris threw shade in a track where he took aim at Quavo, making it clear he was still salty about Quavo's connection to Karrueche. Quavo, never one to back down, fired back in his own track, calling Chris out for his history of abuse, his reputation for toxic behavior, and even accusing him of being dependent on substances. The back and forth was brutal, and it showed that Chris's unresolved feelings for Karrueche were still dictating his actions years later. On that same album, Chris even dedicated a song to Karrueche titled Residuals, with lyrics that painted a picture of heartbreak, regret, and longing. Fans noticed that whenever he performed the song live, he would tie a red bandana to his mic stand, which many believed was a symbolic reference to a special moment in their relationship when Karrueche blindfolded him with a red bandana to surprise him with a welcome home party after his release from jail in 2014. For many fans, it was Chris's way of clinging to the past, of trying to hold onto a love that had already slipped away. But Karrueche wasn't looking back. She had moved on, finding stability and happiness with a new partner who loved and respected her. Chris, however, didn't take it well. When news broke that she was married and pregnant, he reportedly spiraled again, shading the situation online and making cryptic comments about how it still bothered him deeply. According to insiders, Chris even reached out to Karrueche, allegedly offering to raise her children with her, as if trying one last desperate attempt to win her back. To fans, it screamed of desperation, a refusal to accept reality, and an inability to move on. Meanwhile, both Rihanna and Karrueche, the two women most closely tied to Chris's tumultuous past, have moved forward with their lives, building their careers, finding love, and embracing new chapters. Chris, on the other hand, seems stuck in the past, unable to let go, and fans are watching the meltdown in real time. From the obsessive online activity to the subliminal lyrics, the feuds with other men, and the alleged attempts to insert himself back into Karrueche's life, the story has only gotten messier. And the big question now is whether Karrueche will ever entertain his apologies again, or whether she's finally closing the door for good. If her past responses are anything to go by, she's not looking back, and for good reason. The truth is, their relationship was toxic from start to finish, marked by betrayal, control, and cycles of abuse, and walking away may have been the best decision she ever made. But as Chris continues to spiral, the drama is far from over. Fans know that when it comes to him, the next chapter is always just around the corner, and it promises to be explosive. For now, Karrueche seems focused on living her best life, while Chris battles his demons. But one thing is certain, the world will be watching every move. Because some stories, no matter how messy, continue to unfold in ways nobody could have predicted, and the saga of Chris and Karrueche is one of those stories, unforgettable, controversial, and still not finished.